Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
All right.
Knew it was coming.
You knew it. Come on, man. That's how we start this goddamn show.
Welcome to another episode.
Sipping on Excellence, y'all.
Podcast. I'm
That's
the
what
great.
we do. Coach
great
KJ.
Coach KJ. He is the extraordinary
Doc.
Lionel. I like the way you say it. You kind of let it roll. Yeah.
Lionel.
Not Lionel.
Jean-Leonel
You know how
Alexandre.
many people I've had to correct?
Dude, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. I'm like, does it sound like Lionel when I just said Lionel?
I mean,
And anyway,
you know what else bugs me, man?
tell me, because I might have one for you.
When patients call me Mr. Hunt. You're giving me the respect of using my last name, but you won't give me the respect of saying Dr. Hunt when you're in my office to see the doctor.
Right. That's a problem. And they do it on purpose.
I just look at them like, yeah, man, okay.
They do it on purpose.
I'm like, you know what? Okay, this is how we rolling today. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Like I know you.
Yeah, it's like we ain't homies. I'd rather you call me. People are like, and then there's people who say, how do you pronounce your first name? And I tell them, they're like, do you mind if I use it? No, I don't mind. Give a shit. That's my name. My mama called me that. We good. But when I tell you, like, all right, Lionel, now I got to cut you.
Oh, I have a problem when people mispronounce anybody's name. Like, I'm correcting people before she does, Kenyatta, because immediately they go, Kenyatta. I'm like, where in Kenyatta did I say Kenyatta?
And the thing is, man, you didn't even ask. If you're not sure, how you pronounce your name?
Yeah. Did I get that correct?
Because if they say Lionel, I'm like, all right, cool. I get where you're going with that. You're trying to sound it out. Cool. No, that's not it, but I'll correct you. Lionel, there's no I in my name.
It's like
anywhere. No parts of my name.
And a lot of people don't know this. I do not like Ken. I do not like it.
Kenneth?
Or
Kenny?
And I'll tell you. Or if I tell you my name, don't shorten it when I told you my name.
My brother hates if somebody calls him Gabe. Especially if he said, hi, I'm Gabriel. Oh, Gabe.
That's not what I said.
It's Gabriel or Gino if you know him.
Yeah. Or Dr. Hunt.
You got three choices. Gabe was not one of them. You know? But people always want to shorten your shit no matter what it is.
Irritating.
It's like
disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful.
And I think that's one of the reasons why my brother gave his
coming to get you.
I think that's why my brother gave his kids names with 2 syllables. Mm-hmm. Jordan, Devin. You ain't shortening neither one of them.
Yeah. Because if it was 1 syllable, it'd be 2 white.
But seriously,
Chad.
It's one of those things where
Bodie.
Yeah, right. It's just it's funny how people do what they want.
Exactly.
With your shit.
Exactly.
It's kind of annoying.
It's very annoying.
And it don't make no sense.
And it's their neediness of what they want their way at that time.
Well, people feel they're entitled to having it their way. This ain't Burger King. My shit ain't up for discussion. It's what it is.
Man, this is a Nazi chef kitchen. What was it? Well, Nazi soup kitchen.
Yeah, the soup Nazi.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
No, you cannot.
It's so silly, man. It really is. How's your week been, man?
Entertaining.
Isn't it always?
We're old school. Entertaining.
Isn't it always though?
Always something. You just look for that breath of fresh air, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta go back underwater."
Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
But what's funny is I've been having conversations with people this week, and for the first time in a long time, they haven't been battles with people disagreeing with the stuff that you and I talk about. Somebody said about our podcast last week, I agree with it all. And I was like,
and that you should.
are you feeling okay? You know, and you
Are you
and then when I talked about the neediness and stuff that we were talking about earlier, it was, yeah, you're right.
no?
I was like,
Some
you just said I'm writing twice in the same conversation.
like something is starting to sink in.
I hope y'all are listening. You know, I mean,
We'll see.
we don't tend to know it all. We don't say we know it all. We
speak on what we know of in the context of what the people that are around us and that we hear and get an understanding of.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
Yeah, that was me being nice about it. What you gonna say?
We as men, and we can shut the podcast off after this. We as men, we want to be seen and be heard just as much as you want to be seen and be heard. It's that simple.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree. There you go.
it's all about that level of communication that we all lack, you know, but I think, and somebody said this perfectly the other day, we're different, we communicate different, but that doesn't mean we can't adapt a communication style that best suits our partner.
Correct.
If you know your partner likes to communicate a certain way, then you adapt the way you deal with that person. You don't have to change the way that you like to receive information, but you got to change how you give it based on how they tend to hear it. Mm-hmm. But people don't want to do that. They don't want to change it. You better understand it the best way I know how. Well, you're not being clear. I don't care. Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we all want to feel safe and feel appreciated.
So let me ask you this,
Ask me.
because you're a married man. How often do you hear, I need blah, 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 versus you saying, I need blah, 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 blah? 1 to 1, 10 to 1, 50 to 1?
Probably 5 to 1.
Interesting, right?
Probably 5 to 1. Yeah. It's gotten it's gotten a lot better because we've learned how to dig a little deeper. These conversations have allowed me to dig a little deeper with our conversations.
Yeah.
And understanding and to listen and respect and appreciate or whatever, you know, but the needs, I mean, come on. First of all, is it really a need? When you hear it all the time, you're like, is it really a need? Or is that what you really want?
I mean, you're right. And if you think about it, women, you'll hear them all the time say, I can't stand a needy man. That shit's not attractive.
Don't let a man say that. Do not let a man say that.
They say it all the time, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying we
Oh,
don't.
needy guy. That's just be a
We
man.
don't say that.
They always say, be a man about it. Be a man.
Yeah.
Be a man. Don't be so needy. But it's assumed that women are needy, and so we're just supposed to accept it, even if we don't think that shit is sexy either.
No, there's nothing cute about it.
And at what point do your needs supersede mine?
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of times, especially as men, we will give up many of our needs or wants.
We don't say we will. We do.
We just do.
We just do. We don't voice our needs because at the end of the day, our greatest need is for you to be happy.
Right. Right.
The rest we'll figure out.
Right.
Because the rest, and this is how a lot of men feel, if our needs don't benefit you, then we truly believe that our needs just aren't important. Or we think that you feel our needs aren't important. Our need to make you happy means that you're going to be happy on the other end.
Correct.
Which in turn gives us peace.
Right.
But any other needs we have that are just our needs that have nothing to do with you, but you could help us meet those needs, y'all don't care to hear about that.
So we're going to take the shortest path. Mm-hmm. We're just like, we'll
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'm not going to worry about it. If that's going to create the level of peace that I need in this moment, I'm going to take it. I want. You know what? Fuck it. I'll hang that up. I'll put that at the back of the closet.
Because think about the needs. One of the biggest needs that women in our lives over the years have presented with. Number one, that need for validation. Mm-hmm. I told you this story. I had a woman tell me once that I was dating that she needed me to always tell her how much I want her, how great I think she is. She needed that constant reassurance. She needed that constant reassurance that she was worthy, that I felt that she was.
Bro, that's exhausting.
Dude, the day she told me that, I haven't seen her since. And this was a decade or more ago.
I can understand that.
I shouldn't say I haven't seen her since. We're friends now. We're cool.
Yeah.
But that was the last time we were together as like trying to date, do this. I was like, ooh, this is a struggle. This is not going to end well, so I might as well end it now.
It's unfair. It's unsafe. It's not cool.
What would you guys do if a guy said, you know what? I need reassurance that you're always feeling me. You'll never hear a guy say that.
No.
And it's kind of wild because we like the idea of a woman telling us that she finds us sexy, that she's attracted to us. We like the idea of a woman recognizing when we do things.
Right.
Don't just be like, you're a man, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, yeah, maybe, but also
acknowledge it.
We appreciate what you're supposed to do, which is supposed to be in your feminine, take care of yourself, be pretty and all that. But when you do, we point it out and be like, oh, you look so great today. You're beautiful. You're this. I appreciate that you're such a good mother. You should do all those things.
Absolutely.
But let's make it even simpler. Back when you used to date.
Okay.
Before you started, continuously dating your wife. Because I assume you still continuously date your wife.
Yeah, I still see my ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. All the time. He's talking about you still. Let's get that right.
My ex-girlfriend, yep.
She's your ex-fiance too.
You got that right.
Right. But imagine going to pick up a woman for a date. Mm-hmm. And the date's great, but the entire night you didn't compliment her on her appearance, what she wore, how she looks. You didn't say, oh, that dress is beautiful, or you look so good tonight. The conversation could be great. You could do everything right. Because you didn't do that, she may not go out with you again.
Right.
How many times have you been out with a woman?
And that's an introduction. You have to do that in the very beginning.
Because in their mind, I put together all of this. You better recognize it. I need you to validate that the work I put in for this date tonight was worthy. Flip the script. You think a man doesn't put in work?
Yeah.
I went and got my hair cut. I took a shower. I put on some clothes. I picked the restaurant. I did all that.
Got a very expensive bottle of cologne as well.
How many times have you been on a date and a woman's never complimented you on that stuff? Oh. It's always, I had a good time, because it's about them. Thank you for showing me a good time. Thank you
Absolutely.
for the food was amazing here. Thank you for bringing me. They compliment you on the things you did for them. They don't compliment you on anything you did for yourself. But you compliment them on everything they did for themselves. Mm-hmm. Because in their mind, they didn't do it for themselves. They did it for you. Mm-hmm. And if you don't take notice, you're a shit dude.
Yeah, you in trouble, bro.
Make that make sense. Is that fair? Is that reasonable?
No.
But you see it all the time.
Yeah,
you know? And we just accept it. We don't even think about it. But I said this the other day. I was like, you want to put a little extra pep in your dude's step for the day, for no reason, roll up on him and be like, damn, I see that gym is paying off. You are looking good today. His whole day, he's going to be walking around with his chest puffed up like, it'll just be a different stride. And not because a random person complimented him. Right. It's because his woman did it.
The person he wants.
The one he wants to hear it from.
Yes.
Noticed.
Yes. Absolutely.
We don't rely on it. We don't have this need for validation from you all the time. But damn it, it doesn't mean that we don't want it.
Let me tell you something, man. The moment you hear you wear a certain shirt, you haven't wore that shirt in a while. I'm like, yeah, feeling a little bit better. And you go, oh, I noticed. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You go, oh, I noticed. And once she says that, you're like,
that shit gets moved to the front of the closet.
Bro, I wasn't even going to the gym today. I'm on my way. I'll be late. I'm going to the gym when I'm done. She'll be like, okay, have that gym. If it keeps coming back like that, come on. But your mind.
But the thing is, they don't realize what that does to a man's psyche.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he doesn't need to hear it all the time. Tell him once. Tell him once a week.
You don't even have to tell him once a week. You tell him once a month.
Exactly.
Bro.
Exactly.
You tell him once a month, I guarantee you, significant change is going to start happening. He's going to even probably do better at work, build a better business, whatever it is in his life, because now he's got that. I got her behind me. She's pushing me.
Now, here's the funny thing is, if you complimented your woman on something, mm-hmm. and you didn't compliment her all the time on that thing, she's going to think you don't like it when you've already complimented her on it, mm-hmm. and told her, hey, I like it when you wear that. If she put it on the next time and you didn't say something then, she's going to be like, oh, you don't like it anymore. Didn't know that I had to tell you every time you wear it that I like it. Mm-hmm. I already told you once, I like it when you wear that. It's not enough. I got to tell you every time you wear it, I got to take notice of it.
Right.
Because I've already said I like it. Now I got to take notice that you're doing it, because now in your brain, I'm doing it for him. Nah, you didn't buy it from me. You had it before I met you. But these are.
But you like it, and you have to acknowledge in some capacity.
Yeah.
You have to say, oh, I see what you're doing. It's not always the direct words, but it's certain things that you just throw at them, like, oh, I see what you're doing. You give them a look up and down.
Right. And it's not all about just the way you look, because we're going to get kicked back on, oh, you guys are just physical. We will compliment you on how you make us feel as well.
Correct.
We will compliment you when, girl, you threw down when you made the mashed potatoes. That shit was great. Mm-hmm. You stuck your toe in that one, huh, girl? It's one of those things, I heard you got this promotion at work. Good for you. You deserve it because you're smart as shit. Yeah. These are things that help keep you going and that you need. Don't think that the same thing doesn't happen with us.
Correct.
We enjoy and we need validation as well.
Correct.
We just don't need it as often as you. That doesn't mean it's never, because what ends up happening is when a man starts to feel like he's not appreciated and feels like no matter what he does, all the conversations you have are about the things he doesn't do. at some point he's just going to stop doing it all because he's going to feel like, it's not being appreciated, so why am I doing it anyway?
Right.
Or he'll do the bare minimum to prevent conflict, not to make your life better. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think
he's not working to improve. He's working just to get by.
I'm working just to not cause drama.
Exactly.
I'm no longer working because I want to see you happy because you don't care about seeing me happy. I'm working now just to get by and keep my roommate at peace because that's what you've become. Right. If you really think about it.
Scary.
And so many people live together and they're just roommates. Yep. They're in a relationship, but they're just roommates.
That was my first marriage. We're married single people. Said it all the time.
Or married people with kids who have now just become co-parents.
Yeah.
Roommates in the same house taking care of the kids. Yeah. We're sharing responsibilities, we're living our life, and we no longer notice each other.
Yep. And they're not acknowledging each other's needs. Let alone if they even share their needs with each other. Because they're sharing what needs they're not getting met, possibly with other people.
Now, do you believe, because I believe it.
Okay.
And we've said this before, and I've said it before. Is it ever enough? The neediness on their part. I think it comes from never being completely satisfied. That need for more. Remember how we talked about it? You never kiss me, so I start kissing you every other day. Yeah. And that's great for a while. And then it's, you don't kiss me that much. Well, I wasn't kissing you at all. Now I kiss you every other day.
We talk about this a lot.
Yeah. So now I start kissing you every day. And that's great for a while. Then it's, well, why don't you kiss me twice a day?
Or you're not kissing me long enough. Or why you give me those hard lips. Or why, it's always something that
it's always
a lack thereof. Yeah. As opposed to, because let me tell you something. If you are kissing every day because that's what she wants, now it's out of formality.
It's a chore.
It's a chore.
It becomes work.
You're doing because this is going to keep her quiet. Because that's what you're looking for. As opposed to enjoying the moment of saying, come here, girl, let me snatch you up right quick. Oh, have a great day.
And I'm going to tell you too, man, the world is way too comfortable criticizing men.
Oh.
And what I mean by that is that men take criticism, learn from it, adjust, adapt, figure it out without the validation of the course correction on the back end. Women will take validation all day, have no clue what to do with constructive criticism. They can't take, and I say they because I don't know every woman on the planet, but most women cannot take criticism of any kind without feeling some kind of way.
Right. To take it very, very personally.
It's just, you know what? I'd appreciate, it's cool that you did this, but I would appreciate if you did more of this because that wasn't cool. Fine, but when you do, it comes back to a criticism. And even when we're just having conversations, you don't have a conversation without being critical of something on a man during that conversation. It's wild. Even when I talk to my friends, I hear them when they're talking about their dudes, and it's always criticizing the dude for something, never praising their dude for something. I'm like, if you're always critical of him, why are you with him? Well, because he's such a great guy. Then do you tell him that? Well, he knows that. You hear that all the time. He knows that. Why? Because I do things for him. Okay, so what if he never told you that you're a great woman? And he said, you should know that because I do things for you. I pay the bills. That means that I think you're a great woman. Or I take you out. I go on a date with you.
We take it on the chin a lot.
Yeah.
We take it on the chin a lot. And it's I won't say it's sad, but it says a lot about men that are able to continuously take it to keep moving forward and try to continue to build a relationship versus, you can be that dude every single time. I'm out, even with marriage.
Think about those guys who go to work every day. These blue collar workers who are just putting in these 10, 12-hour days. And when they come home, I see what you're doing for the family. Thank you for being such a good dad. Or thank you. We both work hard. We come home. We're both tired. If you were working as a server at a restaurant, a female, and you come home after a long night and you walk through that door just beat up by customers and you see your dude and he looks at you and is like, girl, you are hot. Get out that dress. Even if you don't feel like it, you feel like you're at your worst, he's looking at you like the day he met you, because that's who he sees. He sees what you're putting into being in this space. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to show her appreciation. Mm-hmm. Now flip that script. You walk through the door after a day at a mechanic shop, fixing cars all day. Yeah. You come home, and the first thing you're greeted with is, I thought I told you to do this. You never do what I ask when I ask you to do it. Why didn't you take the garbage out this morning? I had to pull the trash cans out to the street. How often are we met with criticism well before validation? And the only time we get validation is when we say, hey, but did you notice I did this? Oh, yes, thank you so much for that. That was great of you.
So we have to
prompt it
yeah.
in order to get it.
Yeah.
Babe, how do you think I look in this suit? Oh, you look great.
Correct.
And that's just how it's always been. And so we don't seek it. We're just like, all right, whatever.
Because we want to continue that peace. We want to stay in that pace, that small space of peace in those moments.
But ladies, we talk about it because, and these aren't even questions that we have amongst ourselves. We don't sit around and talk about, yeah, my wife never tells me.
Yeah.
It's just understood that water's wet. It's understood that men don't get validation because everybody thinks we don't need it.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Men don't talk to other men about what's going on in their household.
No.
At all. We have a dance over it if we do. It's like, hey man, what's going on at home?
That's it.
We go, I'm married.
It's what's funny is you talk to married men and you talk to married women, it is completely different. Women will tell their girlfriends everything about their marriage. Men will tell their dudes, hey dude, how's everything at home? Man, don't get married. Mm-hmm. And we'll say shit else. There's no details of, she leaves the toilet seat down when I need it up. Right. There's no detail. No. It's just, or it's, oh man, we're good. Going on vacation next week.
Absolutely.
Or, man, you know how it is. That's it. And that says everything.
Because that's our business.
And we don't pry. We don't need detail. And maybe because women are detail oriented, they want the details. Yeah. Kind of like we were talking about on a previous podcast of how men leave stuff out.
Yeah.
And transparency. You don't need to be transparent with your friends about your marriage.
Right.
You don't need to be transparent with your friends about your marriage, ladies. Keep that shit in your house.
It's interesting because what happens is they're not only the detail, but the detail of not current, but things that he did in the past.
Yes.
Leading up to. And it's never any moment with their friend, the moment of praise.
And here's the thing too. Smart women know
Yeah,
not to praise their husband in front of their friends,
absolutely.
because a lot of those so-called friends are going to want your man. So the less detail you give them about your dude, the better your relationship with your friends and your husband is going to be. Because that single chick in the crew, she's got her eye on your dude. If he's a good dude.
Not only the single,
Yeah, if he's a good dude,
the married single ones too.
yes. If he's a good dude, they got their eye on him. You know, and so and I tell my friends who are married who come to me and want to talk about their dude, I'm like, hold on. You can ask me questions in general about men. Cool. When you say, my husband does this and blah, 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 I don't need to know that about your dude.
Nah.
I don't need to know that about your dude.
Nah.
You can come to me and be like, yeah, I'm just unhappy.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not going to ask you why and be like, well, what are you going to do about it? How do you make yourself happier? I don't need to know the details of why. That's not my business.
Because a lot of the happiness in many ways is projected. They haven't took any time to own up to why they're not happy with themselves. They don't take that look in the mirror.
Nope.
No Michael Jackson going on over here.
Nope. And hence why accepting criticism and taking accountability is so doggone hard. And no
it's
matter,
not easy for us.
but we
do.
And here's the thing, we don't have a choice because it comes at us from all over. And the reason why it's our fault as a society with being very careful how we criticize women, because in the workplace it could be a problem, at home it could be a problem. And so we have to tread lightly because of how it may be perceived or received.
Yeah.
So, but nobody cares about how criticism is received by us at all. I'm just going to throw it at you and be honest. Boom. And you just probably be like, shit, that stung a little bit.
When you said it reminded me of that post where the guy was sitting next to his girl. He was on the phone. And before she said, babe, and before she even said anything, he said, sorry, I'm sorry. But babe, she said, sorry. I'll do better next time.
I didn't mean it.
He had a different answer each and every time. She couldn't even get out what he was like. I just try to get to the punchline, man.
Because that's what it's about. It's okay. When you expect criticism over compliments. Welcome to the life of a man.
Yeah.
You want to be treated equal? Get that.
And we're just going to roll with it, man. We're going to roll with it. The neediness, all of it. And you know what? Let me tell you, this shit ain't sexy.
No.
It is not
that
sexy.
Super needy shit is annoying. We as men like to be needed. We don't like you being needy. That shit's not cool at all.
Yeah.
That whole, I need my man to be a little bit jealous because I know that means he really cares about me. That's some backwards bullshit.
Or when you start talking, you're a grown woman. Why are your octaves going up so high and you start to sound like a little baby? That's not cool to me, man.
That little girl needs to stay as a little girl. I don't need you.
Yeah, that's not who I married.
I don't need baby talk to me. It annoys me when you do baby talk to a dog, like they can tell the difference. When you see them roll up on a puppy and they start that baby talk shit, it's annoying. Pet peeve.
And dogs don't respond to it either.
No. And it's just, you're not talking to a baby and you're not a baby. Stop using that as a sign of, I'm going to soften my tone to see if I can get what I want. What the fuck is that?
And you know what? After a while, we'll just go, okay, sure. What is it? And we'll go along, but it'll be very harsh.
That whiny shit?
Yeah. So my response will be harsh, but I was like, sure, whatever. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. And it's like, well, You don't want to. I'm like, yeah, but you're wanting this now, so I'm going to give it to you because this is what you're asking for. But you're not doing it you're not. Well, guess what?
I want you to want to do it. Well, I already told you I don't want to.
Right now.
Right.
But it's okay.
We can go. Let's go.
And it's almost, they almost replace that neediness with love or a sign of love or a show, a stamp of approval of love. And I'm like, dude, it's not to say that I don't love you. I love you. I love you dearly. I don't love when you do that shit though.
That shit's not sexy. It's not. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a battle, man. It's a battle. And it happens everywhere.
Anytime a conversation starts with "I need you to always," or "I need you to,"
Right.
instead of "Could you please," right?
Even let's say, for instance, you're at home and you're married. You have household duties and chores or whatever. Instead of like, say for instance, if I wash the dishes every single night, I miss one night because I was just like, I don't feel like doing this right now. And that one night carries over to you always do.
Or you never do.
I'm sorry, help me understand.
When did once become always?
15 nights straight that you left all them dishes. I washed mine already. All those dishes. When I cooked, I cleaned all the dishes. So help me understand.
Why is it so hard?
Oh, the battle.
But here's what I've also noticed too. Most of the time, or should I say a lot of women, won't compliment a man unless they want something in return. They won't, if the compliments are flying, the first thing I'm going to think of is, what do you want? Because you're not doing it just because.
And it's sad you have to think that way.
Yeah, but that's what life has taught us.
Yeah.
Women, we compliment you all the time because we know that's what you like. We know that's what you need. You guys automatically think we don't need it. So you're going to do it when you want something, and it's going to let us know, oh, we're like dogs. You ring the bell, give me a treat. You ring the bell, give me a treat. Every time you ring the bell, I'm going to think I'm going to get a treat. So every time you compliment me, if every time you compliment me, you want something in return, means now when you compliment me, I'm always going to be like, all right, well, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm not going to think it's genuine.
Because us complimenting them is like putting money in the meter. Okay,
Yeah. I got more time.
I got 15 more minutes. Before I get ticketed.
Have you ever gone an entire day, an entire 24 hours without complimenting your wife on something?
I probably have.
But
I mean, it's just.
But you when you think about it,
Yeah.
you have to really think.
But it's even if it's not necessarily a compliment, it's something that's complimentary of how to build them up. Or
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah.
By complimenting,
Yeah.
by something that's going to.
Yeah. Some level of reinforcement.
So here's the question.
Shit. I don't know if I'm ready. Go ahead.
Have you, in any of your relationships, gone 24 hours without being criticized for something, even small?
I'm sure I have.
When's the last time?
I plead the fifth.
And the thing is, it doesn't have to be anything big.
No.
It can be like, well, Kenny, how come you didn't, what'd you do today? What did you think about doing this? That's not lifting you up. That's criticizing you for maybe not doing that, but trying to smooth the road. Or, why is your computer tilted that way? That's implied. It should be a different way.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, ladies,
those-
criticism comes in many, many forms.
And we don't even recognize them because we're so used to them.
Exactly.
And they could be little microaggressions.
Yeah.
Just so,
Just the undertone of some bullshit.
Yeah. And what
And
happens,
it's subtle as shit. Y'all throw out some subtle shit.
and what happens is we quote unquote shut down of sharing because there's no need, because there's going to be followed up criticism to it. Oh, really? Why? Anytime you start off with, oh, really? Or, why is that? So one of those, you'd be like this.
How many times have you done this? And not necessarily like with your wife, but with any woman, where you've been proud of something. Like, oh, look what I did. And they didn't say, damn, that's great. They said, oh, well, did you think about adding this too? Like, let me put my touch on it as well. Instead of just saying, great job. Babe, I did the dishes, put everything away. Did you remember to take out the garbage? Not thank you. You know? So it's always, let me add a little on top of it instead of just saying, I'm proud of you for that. And then at a later time say, you know what, I was thinking after you showed it to me, this might enhance it or this might make it better. But not in the moment when he's proud of that thing.
Yeah.
Don't take his pride in that thing and immediately cut the legs out because you want to one-up it.
Yeah. And see, as men, we're most of us, very single-minded. It's like we're singular focused. I'm going to do this, but you're going to throw those little extra outside variants in and you're like, oh, shit.
Because it goes back to...
damn it, I can't win.
Because it goes back to it being about them. So I'm proud of you, but let me add something to it so I get validated for your success. I'm validated by your success because I added to it instead of just being happy for me being successful in this moment. Why is that so hard? I can't understand for the life of me, and hopefully good and bad comments. I want to hear what you guys, this to me needs input. We may revisit it again when we have a female guest, but we don't say we don't know why this dynamic is the way it is. We have theories, and this is kind of what we all talked about, but only you can answer that, and it's individual. Everybody's needs are individual, and level of need is individual. But there's nothing cute, nothing sexy about a needy woman. There's nothing cute, nothing sexy about a needy ass man.
At all.
Like nothing. Men will tolerate a needy woman. Women will not tolerate a needy ass man. No. Unless there's something else she's getting on the other end of it that makes her say, fuck it, I can tolerate it.
Let me tell you something. If a man is needy, he's a simp. I'm sorry. I'm calling it as what it is.
A little bitch.
Because there's no need. Whoa, that was a pun. There isn't, though.
Well, there's just
we have to be self-sufficient. We have to take care of ourselves. And then one thing in the process of us taking care of ourselves is we want her to be good.
Yeah.
Part of our process of taking care of ourselves is making sure she's good.
Because if my shit's good, then we are good.
Yeah. But I can't be good for you and not take care of my shit.
And every now and then just say, you know what, you appreciate us taking care of our shit. Yeah. Meaning, not our shit, meaning our shit. Yeah. Show that you appreciate the fact of everything we're doing for you, to you, because of you.
Yeah. Just think of it this way. Every step you're taking is a step to winning. Every single step is just a micro step to winning and winning and winning. That's all you want to do as a couple. Bridge those gaps, all those troubles, bridge those gaps, man. We're winning. We're connecting.
If you complimented 50% of the time that you criticize, your man will do any and everything for you ever wanted. It doesn't have to be equal compliment to criticism. You compliment somebody, you criticize him 100 times in a day and you compliment him 10.
And are you criticizing him to not criticize yourself? Running away from your own stuff?
He got deep with that one, y'all.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll lay it on
It is,
you
yeah.
to get away from themselves.
Yeah. Put that tension over there.
Yeah.
I want you to stink so I can't smell my own stink.
Right.
That's not cool, ladies. And dudes, don't be that needy guy. Don't be that super jealous guy. Don't be that guy who is controlling, because controlling guys are needy guys. And that's just not,
That's not sexy.
that's not cool.
That's not sexy.
That's
Listen,
not
men want to be sexy too, man.
She wants you to care. She wants you to give a shit. She doesn't want you to be overly needy. She doesn't want you to be controlling. She wants you to take charge. She doesn't want you to control. She wants you to lead, not control.
Yeah.
But ladies, know that a leader, at times, to you may feel like he doesn't need you. He still needs you to push him and lead better.
Right. And a leader will take his woman by the arm at his side, not behind her. She's not behind him, walking behind. That's not leading. That's dictating. That's running the show, which is
That's controlling.
That's controlling, which is needy.
You know, and so it's just,
Oh, we went deep on this one.
hey, this is,
I mean, you
it
know,
takes on a life of his own.
yeah, man,
Takes on a life of his own. You know, y'all just, men and women alike, y'all got to do better. Learn how to communicate better. Listen to this shit and have conversations about it.
Right.
Don't listen to it and throw your comments at us all the time. Talk about it and then throw your comments at us.
Right.
Talk about it with your girlfriends. Talk about it with your boys.
I was talking with my girls, and this is what we came up with. We were saying
that ain't none of us that way. You just are meeting the wrong women.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So then tell us how not to meet those women.
Right.
You know, add something to the conversation instead of just criticizing the catalyst behind the conversation. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to get you. These aren't hard facts. These are just opinions. These are just views and perspectives from two dudes.
These are facts. These are facts, and we telling you they facts.
Tell him to say it like that to his wife.
Yeah. These are facts, honey. Now go make me a sandwich.
Make daddy a sandwich.
Please. Please, pretty, please. You look cute when you make it.
Shit. You see how he threw that compliment in there?
It always gonna come, man. I always get a compliment.
But yeah, man, it's have those conversations. Be able to accept criticism as much as you can give it. Because if you can dish it all out, but you can't take it, then that's a problem with you, not a problem with him.
Right. Right.
And be able to give compliments as well as you receive them. Because if you are a taker all the time, you know, you take in sweets and you throw out sour all the time, that shit's not cool. That's not cool. You're going to suck the life out of your relationship and it's going to fail. And it'll fail and y'all will still be living in the same house. And you won't know that it's failed. Y'all are just roommates.
Right.
Anyhow, I'm fucking done with y'all. It's a good one though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That shit had some legs. Like it ran. Started off stretching and warming up, and that motherfucker just took off like Usain Bolt.
I know. Those little cars.
Oh man,
You gotta watch this on YouTube to catch that one.
you got to. Yeah, man, y'all need to watch us. Y'all really do.
Man, come on.
You know, it's need y'all to subscribe, like us,
Love it.
comment, give us some shit to talk about. I
We're gonna talk about you.
we really are. I was having a conversation the other day, and I say this all the time. Oh, you know that's content, right? I hate talking to you. But you still do because this is going to be content. It's okay, though. The rest of the world needs to hear our conversation. That's why we bring it here. Because we say the quiet parts out loud. Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. Coach KJ, where they going to find you, man?
They're going to find me at Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com. Where they got you, Doc?
At Lionel Hunt on IG. You're going to find me at huntspine.com. Go check out thehuntfoundation.org. Go check out the IG at Hunt Foundation. Coach and I, everything Coach and Doc, SOE_podcast, and podcastsoe.com. And with that, y'all, we out.